What is up, guys? Welcome to a new video. My name is Danial and I have with me
Stijn Van Mourik.
We are both MBA students, and while I'm doing it just a couple of days ago, I just started, he's already doing it for
About a year and a half, something like that.
Very nice. And I thought it would be very funny to see from his perspective, his story, his background, and maybe his future. So let me ask him a couple questions, and you guys can write down in the comments if you like this person. Oh no, just your opinion.
Yeah.
So, who are you and where you live, where you're from, and tell me something about yourself.
All right. Who I am, I'm Stijn Van Mourik. I'm of Dutch ascent, and I've defined myself as a European in general, and that's why the whole concept of the European Institute of Management sort of rings a bell with me, because it's hard as, having lived in France, in Norway, in the Netherlands, in Italy now, to identify, to anchor yourself to just one point.
Yes.
And the whole concept of this remote schooling, being able to attach it to something completely different. It's an absolute opportunity for us to tie to the identity.
Mm-hmm. Yesterday evening, we had a very nice conversation while eating, and I asked him, why the hell is his English so good? So can you tell us again why your English is so brilliant?
Well, thank you, first of all.
No problem.
I would argue that it's not as brilliant as you say it, but I think you have to make a choice. And I had to make a choice while learning English. I was by nature rather good at it because growing up, I spoke one language at school, one language at home, and TV was always in English. So we had to basically choose at some point whether the accent was going to be American or British. And, chose to go for British because I believe that it opens more doors.
So you live in Rome, right?
Yeah, correct.
And you are studying remote, like we all do.
Yeah,
So do you miss the real life events?
that is definitely an aspect that I've missed to some extent. Really happy to have been able to get a more tangible approach to it. However, it's so insanely convenient working full-time, traveling a lot throughout the world. I'm a lot in Latin America, I'm a lot in Africa. The flexibility of the format that we have with EIM is just so convenient that it allows me to catch up on something that I've been wanting to do for a long time.
So when I met Stijn, it was a very nice feeling because his work is very different from other people. So while I'm a company owner and do basic stuff, you love
Coffee.
coffee.
I'm a coffee guy, yeah.
So what is about coffee that you love?
It's just about everything. I like the whole concept, the whole supply chain. It's a very complex product, and yet everyone is confronted to it. Everyone loves coffee. So it's an easy icebreaker for everyone, and it's also something that everyone can learn about.
Yeah.
And working in it for almost a decade now, it's also a medium for me to keep learning about everything. Also through EIM, actually. The tools that we gather throughout the classes, I'm able to apply them actually in my daily work, and I sincerely believe that my productivity has gone up, my perspective on daily challenges has definitely changed, and I'm able to take more informed decisions and position myself also in a leadership role and become a proper manager. Because up until now, my approach has mainly been learning by doing, and that works, but only to a certain extent. You can learn from other people a lot by imitating them, but you're limited by the boundaries that these people have sort of drawn for themselves. And EIM is more or less the best tool that I could find to drag myself out of that sort of enclosure that was.
So how does your life change after you learned all the tools from EIM?
Well, thanks for the question. First of all, I'm able to improve my communication skills throughout the chain of command. Being a manager of sorts enables me to position myself in a more vertical way, express myself more clearly, and also set goals for myself, for my teams, and gather the tools to be able to achieve these goals, which is actually very gratifying.
Yes.
Which is very gratifying.
So we talked about tools, EIM, and everything from your master program.
Yep.
In 5 years, where are you? Are you going to be still in Rome?
I don't know if I'll be still in Rome, but I'll definitely have the master finally at EIM, and I hope to also have a doctor's by then.
Yes.
And I'd like to work on my managerial professional path, to eventually have the skills to become a company owner like yourself.
So I study at EIM, you study at EIM. So for the listeners, who should study at EIM? What is the best persona who should try to get in?
Depends on which entry level, but I think anyone from school fallouts after high school to people who in their mid-40s decide, well, I want to add a bit of spice to your professional degree, to your professional perspectives, and also people who want a very vast skill set of, you have a vast array of teachers from all fronts, from all industries, who can facilitate you in your professional network. It just adds this little spice to your professional and personal life that, you can't do on your own.
So yesterday I met you, and now the listeners know you too. So what are the last words that you would like to share so everybody knows you more, and just, some words from the heart?
Thank you for that question. What I'd like to share with the people is just get cracking. Just whatever you feel is an obstacle to your personal development, your professional development, your academic development, just start. And like you said so wisely yesterday, if everything seems like a mountain, break it down into small rocks and just pave the way to reach your objectives. And if the objectives seem intangible and not reachable, reduce the timeline and put it in a place where you can oversee it. Sometimes you're building a family, sometimes you're having a rough patch at work. Just reduce the scope to where it's necessary and get on with it.
Stijn, always loving having conversation with you. Thank
Likewise.
you very much for the interview.
Thank you.
If you like this type of interviews, please write down in the comments and subscribe to this channel. Hopefully we see each other to the next video. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.